All right, looks like we are live. Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Wow. Wow. Crazy event. Phenomenal event. Trending event. And first, I want to say just congratulations to the company. Seriously, congratulations to Impact Wrestling for putting on a phenomenal show in what looked like a very unique environment. I have no clue how many people were attending. Did it look like an intimate setting? Yes. But was the place on fire? And did it look like everyone was having fun and like out of their seats? Absolutely. And that's the difference between, let's just say there was several hundred people here. Okay. This crowd was on fire from start to finish. You had 15,000 people in, I won't say what a town or what arena, at a certain, a Raw show that completely sat on their hands for 3 hours. Look what this amount of people in this intimate setting did for this event. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Let's see. I was 5 for 8. But before we get into this, I'm going to remind you folks that there's plenty more of this where this comes from. Check out the rest of the channel. Smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications. All right? Because YouTube's doing some crazy stuff. They're even messing with my channel. And me, of all people, I don't know why YouTube is messing with little old me. But maybe that means something. I don't know. So let's talk about some of this. Slammiversary. They kicked off in grand fashion with the Fatal 4-Way. I don't know. Did they call it a Fatal 4-Way? I don't know. I think they called it an International 4-Way or whatever they called it. Johnny Impact, Petey Williams replacing an unfortunately injured Rich Swann. Rich Swann, I hope you get better. I have not heard anything as far as specifically how long he's going to be out or how bad he's injured. I've done a little research here and there throughout the last 24 hours-ish. And all I heard was it was at the MLW show at the hands of the Heart Foundation. Got screwed by Canadians' finest. That's messed up. Ty Wash is in the chat. Big fan of your podcast. Thank you. That means a lot. Wow. Thank you. So yeah, Petey Williams replacing an injured Rich Swann, Bone Soldier Ishimori, and Phoenix. Now, there was an interesting tweet that Impact put out saying goodbye, something to the effect of something for Ishimori, but I think what that meant was the theme song that Ishimori used for such a long time in the Impact Zone over the course of the last year he's been in there, give or take a little bit. Well, now he's with the Bullet Club. I did not catch the first few minutes of this show, unfortunately. I did not catch the entrances. I don't know what Ishimori is using now for an entrance theme. So I'm assuming it was something different, not the same one that they used that Josh Matthews always talked about how, I don't know, how it was like his favorite song. He always went absolutely apeshit whenever Ishimori's song came in. But man, it was great to see Ishimori back. Phoenix, Williams, Johnny Impact. Great to see Johnny Impact back. These guys killed it. I mean, these guys seriously started off the show by saying, follow that. Period. 2 words. Follow that. Mark McCall, your podcast is a must-see. Thank you. That you're gonna get me all emotional. Oh no, that does make me feel good. I feel like the channel's consistently, it's like a trickle effect, slowly growing, and stuff like that makes me work even harder to get more views, more subs. We're trying to reach 500 by the end of summer. So folks, if you haven't subbed yet, hit that sub button. And we're gonna shoot for 1,000 by next summer. We're trying to get monetized again, trying to do big things here. Slowly, sure, but surely, you know? So not going to break this down like, you know, some other podcasts do. If you are new to my show, just going to say that this match was phenomenal. Great to see Ishimori back. I can't wait to see what he does in the tapings. You know what? In fact, I'm not sure where the tapings are being held. I don't know if they're being held at this same place or somewhere else. I'm not real sure. And I know they've announced like a handful of matches for like the next couple days or whenever they start this week. And it looks like a lot of fun. Looks like we're getting some nice matches. Not sure exactly what feuds are going to be starting, but you know, they're putting matches out there to put butts in seats, you know? So, Johnny Impact comes out with a win with this one. Cheers, Johnny. Glad you're back. We did not get an appearance from Killer Kross like I thought. We just might. Thinking, okay, it's a fatal 4-way, no DQ. Killer Kross is going to come down, kill them all except for Johnny. Johnny wins. That did not happen. But I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I am okay with that. Just great to see everybody performing. Really, John? Okay. Duke Togo's in the chat. Ishimori's coming back for Monday and Tuesday's tapings, and I believe they will indeed be in the Rebel. Yeah, I mean, I like the size of the place. If they can get a decent amount of seats sold in this place, that's phenomenal. And let me know what you thought of the atmosphere, the place. I thought the place looked really different. I mean, yeah, you could tell it was like a nightclub atmosphere with the lights and the way the banner kind of went around the whole like balcony section. That's the only constructive criticism I'd say about that is you could really only see the people on the floor. It'd be interesting to see how many people were actually like in the balcony, if there was actually seating up there. I'd be just curious, you know? But nonetheless, with the ceiling, the way the lights were going and the banner of lights going around the side, it looked really cool. I dug it. Let me know what you think. A lot of Killer Kross shirts, though. Yeah, I saw a few in the front row. Yeah, definitely. Kross is going to be selling some merch, people. And it's really hard to tell what they're going to do with him because they had a chance to do something devastating with him. And overall, I'll say this. Other than like the violence in the show, they really played it safe as far as they didn't like do any big fantasy booking with this. The only thing that was a little out of the blue was like Eddie Edwards' wife showing up. I did not think that was going to happen, but she did, and that's interesting. And we'll get the rest of that in a little bit. Let's get to the second match. Tessa Blanchard versus Allie. Wow. I was 2 for 2 here, so I had a strong start with the odds against me for that fatal 4-way. And honestly, you know, like I said, I didn't care who won that one. I just knew all four guys were going to kill it. Tessa Blanchard versus Allie, I knew those two were going to tear it down and certainly put on a match that made the champ and the number one contender obviously look and say, whoa, we need to follow that too, you know, as far as women, you know. Tessa Blanchard put on a hell of a match, got a win from Allie. Like I was hoping. I mean, I think a lot of people assumed Tessa was going to come in strong and just like kick everybody's ass. But you know what? I like what they're doing with her. They've got her coming in. It's a bit of a roller coaster with Tessa right now. You know, she had some wins, she had some losses. She got her first like really big win here. Not that her win against Hogan was like that big, but you know, she's been kind of, I hate to use this term, 50-50 booked. But this win against Allie, a former Knockouts champion, solid. This is like the big punch through the door, punch through the window, kick down the door, whatever, however they say it. She needed this win to really signify her arrival. That's how I'll put it. Her arrival in the Knockouts. You know, it was really, hey, okay, Tessa's here now. She's really making a statement now. Caretaker's in the chat. Crowd was great. Yes, absolutely. The crowd was on fire. My dad actually watched a little bit of the show with me. Actually, almost half of it, except for the main event, because that Callahan Pentagon match, like, just pretty much drove my dad like out of the room. He was like, "What the hell is going on with these guys?" I'm like, "They're gonna kill each other, Dad. We're just letting you know. It's gonna get messy, really." I'm like, it's basically gonna be like a horror movie. I'm like, so buckle up, I haven't seen a violent match like that, and I know because my dad used to watch a lot of WWE with me, and I've like I said recently, I've taken a break from WWE for the last several weeks, and until it looks like they're really shaking up the company to like make things interesting again. I'm just not interested. But this was just sick, and I know I'm just kind of bouncing all over the place here. Sorry. But whatever. It's late. I'm tired. It's been a long weekend. House of Hardcore. As long as we're talking about hardcore, House of Hardcore match. First one I got wrong. I've been wrong before. Tommy Dreamer versus Eddie Edwards. House of Hardcore. We call this a death match. Kind of surprised how this one ended. Kind of surprised, not gonna lie, but the way the ending worked with what they and they said it out loud. It wasn't just people on social media. They said it out loud, so it actually sounds like it was a passing of the torch, as in Tommy telling Eddie, "You are 1/6 son of a bitch. You took me to my limit. And I forgive you." I mean, Tommy, we could have had like the old ECW Maniac Tommy and just like cane Eddie to death in front of his wife. We could have had that too, and we didn't. We had a compassionate ending. Dare I say a feel-good moment? No, you didn't see any Care Bears showing up, but I'm just saying. Heart emoji. I'm kidding. What the hell's wrong with this guy? He's drinking too much. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, these two guys just clobbered the crap out of each other. Loved it. Interesting though. Looks like Eddie is, for the moment, at peace, but his wife, Alicia, I don't know if Eddie's going to be having anyone to go home to tonight. It looked like she was like dressed up to go out and like, raise some hell of her own. Just kidding. Wife's out of town. I know. Oh, all right. So yeah. Great hardcore match. Tommy did not come out with the win like I thought, but it completed the story. It was great storytelling. So, Caretaker, no fire. I thought for sure we would have fire. Yeah, I know. I was kind of like bummed too when that table didn't get set on fire. I was like, oh, lighter fluid. Yeah. I'm like, someone's going through a flaming table. This is awesome. And then the Boston Knee Party, yeah. But nonetheless, like I said, it was good storytelling, compassionate ending, and I was happy with it. I was okay with it, even though I was wrong. And I don't get them. The fans booed, yeah. They wanted that table on fire too, yeah. Impact Knockouts title match. Oh, I'm skipping one. Damn, sorry. X Division title match. Solid match between Cage and Sydal. So happy for Cage. I have been. What's up, Jerry? I have been a fan of Cage since season 1 of Lucha Underground. So for the last 4 years, give or take a little bit. Excuse me. Damn. And I've been waiting for someone to take a chance and do something big with Cage. And, I don't know everything about him. I know he spent some time in development in WWE down in pre-NXT down in Florida, I believe, FCW, before it became the big booming developmental it is now. And I don't know circumstances. I don't know what happened, but nonetheless, he didn't last there. And I've seen what he's done, out on the, let's say West Coast. I know he's big on the West Coast. I've seen what he's done in Lucha Underground, became a huge fan of his. Gauntlet or no gauntlet. He killed that Delgado guy. Smashed his flipping head off. But I've been waiting, salivating, waiting for someone to take a chance on this guy. And they finally, did something. And I liked the storytelling of, like, since he's walked in the front door, they've made him this unbeatable beast of a guy that has an insane moveset. I mean, for a while, through I don't know how many matches, we were seeing either new finishers or new, like, signature moves or whatever you want to call it. We were seeing something new from this guy depending on who he was fighting where, like Japan, Mexico, or wherever. He's been all around the world. Hell, last night, this is why I really thought he was going to show up tonight. Last night, I heard that Cage was down in AAA with Conan and Killer Cross and the guys. And I read something about Cross and Cage just, like, took out like 12 other guys by themselves or something to that effect. Like, wow. What else do you say other than just wow? So that made me think that Cross was maybe going to get involved in this one too, and that they were going to start like a new tag team together. That would have been dope. I would have loved to have seen that. Oh, the chat is lighting up. Great to see. Glad everyone's here. And if you're just tuning in, smash that like button, smash that sub button, folks. expressed that enough. So yeah, Cage, your new X Division winner. So happy for him. I mean, this is the first of many big positive things that we're going to see from him in his time in Impact Wrestling. I feel it. I feel like it's happening, folks. It's really, I mean, the stuff he's doing on Lucha Underground is incredible. Don't get me wrong, but it's like another universe. You know what I mean? It's got another feel to it. Even though like Pentagon is champ over there, there's something dividing Lucha Underground from Impact Wrestling. That's what made the event from WrestleCon so special, because it was like two different universes clashing. Like, I don't know, like DC and Marvel, only like this was better, you know? I don't know. It made sense in my head. Mac McCall, viewing from Hawaii. Wow. Well, hey, cheers from southeastern Wisconsin to Hawaii. Wow, that's awesome. That is, wow. That just like blew my mind for a second. That's just incredible. It's like practically the other side of the world. Certainly across an ocean. Don't ask me which one. I was horrible at geometry, okay? Let's leave it at there. So Brian Cage is your new X Division champion. Incredible. Impact Knockouts title match between Soo Yung, the champion, versus Madison Rayne, the 5-time, 6-time Knockouts champion, underdog, whatever. No, I'm not making fun. I just couldn't remember how many times she was champ before, which made me feel like, okay, this is like the veteran coming back to reclaim her crown and take over the division again. But that didn't happen. Josh Matthews, your wife is stuck in a coffin somewhere backstage. I hope you didn't leave her in the building. I read on Twitter. I'm sorry, this is just funny. Someone wrote on Twitter, Josh Matthews, you're a horrible husband. Why didn't you go down to ringside or get in the ring and help your wife or something? It's like, really? Because that would have been absolutely flipping hilarious. Okay, number one, Matthews going in the ring, he would have peed himself through his suit at the sight of all the Undead Brides surrounding him. Don Callis would have had to go in there and drag his piss-filled suit self out of there and put him back in his seat at ringside, which would have made me pee myself from laughing so hard. Then I wouldn't be doing this. I would just be cowering in a corner ashamed because I peed myself because Matthews peed himself. Then, nothing would get accomplished. Made sense to me. I don't know. Great match between these two. Soo Young's entrance. Wow. Coming out in the coffin, say a la Taker style. I saw someone on Twitter say it had an old school Attitude Era feel to that entrance. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree 100%. And I wasn't watching a lot of Attitude Era stuff during that certain period of time, but I was watching WCW. What do you want? That's my excuse. But I've seen enough footage to know what Taker did back then. So yeah, Great entrance. Had the Undead Brides there. They even got involved here and there. So great to see that. So yeah, I mean, we knew Madison Rayne was going to have her hands full. So Soo Yung came out on top with this one. Great match. Put Madison Rayne in the coffin, and then she got on top of the coffin and did like the whole like standing with her hand raised with the championship, and all the brides like got down on their knees and did the whole reaching up at her, and it was just, that's an incredible visual right there. I love that. They've done that before. It works. It's good stuff. It's old school. They didn't do anything big supernatural like lightning striking the ring or anything. It's really hard to do in an intimate setting like that, but just how they came out there with the coffin, did that, told the story in the ring. It was great. It was great. The Impact Tag Team title match. I did not get this one right either. So yeah, I got a couple of these wrong in a row. I did not think LAX was going to come out of this one. I was really shocked. Does that mean that the OGs are not going to be hanging around now? It would make sense if they just kind of, went off to New York. Speaking of New York, they announced that the Melrose Ballroom in New York. I was hoping that other place that Ring of Honor always books. What's that called? The Manhattan Center, where ECW did some stuff too. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. So, and I don't really know anything about this Melrose place, but nonetheless, Bound for Glory is going to be in New York. So, hey, cool. The only thing I know about this place is I quick looked it up online. It looks like it's got a couple different balcony spaces surrounding the main floor. And there's some giant screen with a stage. Caretaker's Melrose Place TV show. Wink. Oh, cue the goofy 80s. Oh, no, that's 90210. Same thing. What's that? Oh, kitties are going cuckoo again. Good one, Caretaker. Good one. Hey, Caretaker, do you know I'm busy? You need to just go play. I'm doing a show right now. Okay? Please? Thank you. Caretaker, would you happen to know the whereabouts of Josh Matthews' wife, Madison Rayne? Let me know if you know the whereabouts and her condition. I'd be dying to know. Actually, a Caretaker from Wisconsin. Let's see here. Oh, okay. LAX, sorry. Jumping all over the place. So LAX retains. Crazy violent match. King got involved. Conan got involved. Obviously limited. The tax at the end. There were some border tosses. Tables got smashed. Crazy. Just a crazy, bloody, violent. I mean, this whole show got really violent. What? Yes, absolutely. See, my cat agrees. Even though you slept through the whole pay-per-view, yeah, don't make excuses. You took a nap. Fine. Come on in. Come on in. Show everyone how much of a brat you are. Apologize to the people for napping through the show. She's just a brat. And no, you can't have my beer. Don't even ask. No beer for kitties. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how long the OGs stick around. Actually, you know what? I'm just reading my notes and I reminded myself that they beat down Conan at the end and they tagged the belts. Almost forgot that. Very important part. So I've got a feeling the OGs are going to stick around possibly through the New York show. I mean, that would make sense. That's their turf. If they continue this going that long, that's going to be what, October? Oh, so we got August, September, and then October or something. Could they drag it out that long? Why not? Ciampa and Gargano have been going for how many years? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love that feud. Even though I haven't watched that in a while either. But Ciampa's champ. They're not supposed to tell him. I'm sorry. It's out there. You gonna take a nap in here now? All right. All right. What's next here? So yeah, OGs have the belts. They tagged them. I don't know if they stole them, but they did tag them and they did show them off. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens at the tapings. Hair versus mask. Good night. Oh my God. This match was. Where do you start with this one? This one was sick. It was violent. Broke chairs. They stabbed each other's with spikes. I mean, what? Pentagon was bleeding through his ripped mask. The Christ brothers even got involved. Even the one with the broken arm. But all in all, Callahan got his head shaved while he frothed at the mouth. My God. Usually we get like one big like loogie out of Callahan. You know, he does the whole what pooey and it drops and then he slaps someone. What the hell are you guys doing? Well, there you are. Thought you were behind me. My God. Go play, you guys. See, this is why I shouldn't let kitties in my office. They just raise hell. But yeah, wow, the level of violence in this. And that's the only other constructive criticism that I would have changed to this entire show. I would have put something like Tessa versus Ali before the main event after this match, just to like cool the crowd down, because putting the main event after this level of holy shit, I felt maybe took a little away from the main event. Like the crowd is like up here and then you're putting on the main event, and then where do they go from there? I mean, because you knew that Aries and Moose were pretty much going to have a regular wrestling match. Not that that's a bad thing. Aries is one of the best on the planet. Moose is one of the best up-and-comers right now. But, you know, he and Aries put on a solid match. I'm not going to knock the match. I'm just saying I would have placed the matches differently on the card by one. Just to, like I said, just to put the breather between Pentagon, Callahan, and the main event. That's all I'm saying. The show itself, top to bottom, was phenomenal. Aries retains versus Moose, which I was hoping for because Aries is a Milwaukee guy. I'm a Milwaukee guy. Aries is one of the best on the planet. Right. I would put Aries top 5 in wrestling right now. That's my opinion. You can disagree with me, and that's fine. You're not going to upset me. But that's how I feel. I've felt like he's been that good for many years, actually. And to see him go from company to company, the belt collector, it's just a big rub it into the face of the company that just, we don't know what to do with you. We're so confused. We're having brain farts. We're going to have you lose 4 matches in a row, and then we're just going to let you go because we don't know what to do with you. Morons. Complete effing morons. This is what you do with a man of his caliber. You put him at the top of your company. You put faith in him because, number one, he shows up. Oh, I don't know who we're talking about there. He doesn't skip out on big shows. He puts butts in seats. There's eyes on him everywhere, all over the world, literally from Australia to my back door. And Hawaii, right? Actually, Hawaii is kind of like between here and sort of, kind of, maybe. Nah, not really. Anyways. But yeah, Aries is just damn good. And that's not to say that Moose can't be champ someday. I've talked about this leading up to this, saying that I didn't feel like Moose was the right guy to headline this with Aries. I just felt like, and that's, Moose has done some great stuff. Don't get me wrong. He's put on some great matches with some different people. I just felt like this company didn't do enough with him to tell a story to put him at that level. That's me. But hey, that's, he was what he was, and I forgot about this. And he was grand champ, so he has been champ in the company, but, it was kind of, I don't know. I never really got behind the grand championship because it always felt awkward. I felt like what they did towards the end of the grand championship run, where they made the matches regular instead of making them rounds, was a smart move to get more people behind it. Because when you keep breaking up matches in few minute increments, it completely takes the air out of the match. That's how I felt from day one with that championship. As refreshing as it was to do something different, and hey, Corgan's got a great mind for wrestling. This just was not one of his better ideas, in my opinion. So, and that's another reason why they took that out of there, is because, okay, this is another chapter in this company. We're completely wiping the slate. New championships across the board, blah, 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 blah. And look, the OG's already tagged up those brand new shiny tag team belts. It's messed up. Thugs. Such thuggery. No, I'm kidding. I love it. Almost has a nod to like old NWO. Didn't they do that with the belt? They tagged it and it wrote on the big gold belt NWO, whatever. I know they did something like that. See, that's what I was watching back then. I had not a care in the world what was going on in WWF at the time, because the NWO was the shit. Hell yeah. So yeah, just a few small criticisms of the show. Other than that, everyone put in 10,000% effort. Great matches. great storytelling, and like, you know, for in the case of like Tommy Dreamer and Eddie Edwards, they wrapped up what was a great story. It's going to be very interesting to see where they go from here with a lot of these stories. Obviously, the OGs and LAX are not done yet. It's going to be very interesting to see what they do with the women's championship, because now Soo Young's beat pretty much everyone, with the exception of, who got that big win tonight? Tessa. Yeah. Now, the two may be big heels in the company, but I feel like with the snap of a finger, one of them could become face like that. But hey, who knows where this is going to go? We'll see at the tapings. I feel like there's got to be a bit of a, you know, there's always going to be good matches in Impact Wrestling, but I almost feel like, all right, we need like a cool down period now. It's like, just give me a couple of weeks of just solid matches, no storylines, and then we'll build towards, you know, Bound for Glory, and we'll have a slow simmer with some storylines and feuds, maybe introduce a few new faces. Ooh, few new faces. Scarlet Bordeaux is going to debut this week. It's going to be very interesting to see what she does in this company. I've heard a lot of positive things about her. In fact, what was it? It was, pardon my senility for a moment. I'm trying to think of the podcast I was listening to right before the show tonight. They were talking about Scarlet Bordeaux working out of Chi-Town area, has that independent company AAW, I believe. And the guy that does the podcast says he worked with her. He does something in the company. I apologize, I don't remember what it was, but he says he worked with her, and he's very proud of her to see her, you know, move on to this part of her career and be on TV. I'm very excited. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of her matches. I think I've seen maybe a couple, but she is gorgeous. And this company over the course of the last, I'd say 2 solid years, has been building this Knockouts division again from scratch, and it's just phenomenal. You got Taya, you got Tessa, you got, Rosemary's going to be back sometime. I don't think she's going to go anywhere. She's just injured right now. Shotzi will be back too whenever she's not injured anymore. Can't wait to see more Shotzi Blackheart. She was phenomenal. You got Allie, Soo Yung. Oh, God, I feel like I'm missing like half of them. Hogan, Kiera Hogan, that is. I know some people freak out. Is that her? Is that Terry's daughter? No, it's not. Shut up. Come on, people. Be smarter wrestling fans. Just a little. But yeah, I can't wait to see what they do in the tapings. And these Canadian crowds have been phenomenal. And anything out of the Impact Zone is a breath of fresh air, completely. Because as great as the Impact Zone has been in years past, because if you look at the old TNA footage that's out there, man, I think they had like 5,000 people seating at some of these. It was ridiculous. I mean, there was like just bleachers and bright lights everywhere. And now it's like one row of bleachers and everybody's sitting on their hands. And it's like, man, you guys got to shake it up. You guys got to take it anywhere. Just anywhere, down the block, somewhere. And this last set of tapings and this show and wherever they're doing the next few weeks it's a complete breath of fresh air. So Congrats to Impact Wrestling. Great stuff. Yes, Rebel. Almost forgot Rebel. Oh, and damn, Katarina. It's a different name. I always forget it, but I remembered it. So, wow, a lot of viewers. Chat's going nuts. Thank you. Seriously. But yeah, let me know if you're watching this after the fact. Let me know what you thought. How many picks did you get right? No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. That don't matter. What did you think of the show? Are you happy about it? Any constructive criticism? Anything? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications. And like I said, if you came in after I started and you want to catch the whole thing, this will be up on rantwithant.com to catch the whole video after I go off the air. Thank you so much. Hope you had a great weekend, and can't wait to see what this company does next. Got goosebumps, folks. They're on the road to something positive. That's all I got to say about that. So, much love. Take care, folks. Good night.